Starting for the Knights, you got Damian Ryan, who gave Dean Peterson a real run for his money at 133. Probably one of the most explosive wrestlers on the Bellarmine team. Trace Ekman, 141. A.J. Rollo, the returning national qualifier, and SoCon all-freshman team. 149, Zach Cowan. He is the heart of this team, a team captain, 157, Jeb Pritchell, who is also the heart of this team and beloved by his teammates, 165, Noah Hall, a Army National Guard soldier, as well as 174, Grant Odell, who won the Clarion Open earlier this year. 184 is the transfer from Cleveland State, Gavin Ricketts. We are going to start at 141 tonight. You got A.J. Rollo, the returning national qualifier, against Deuce Curtis, who is actually from Canton, Ohio, the home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. In strength, this is going to be a fantastic matchup. I love this matchup between the redshirt freshman and redshirt sophomore from Bellarmine. You can see A.J. will be green, Deuce Curtis, the red. Now, for those new to college wrestling, the first period is 3 minutes. The next two are 2. Two wrestlers filling each other out. A little hand fighting. You can see that A.J.'s got the length. Deuce not losing position there. Avoiding those leg attacks from A.J. Now ordinarily, he's got a cradle, moving around the side. He lost the head there. He's got the single leg coming around, bringing it up. It's very important in any duel to score the first points. Bellarmine on top, that's 3. AJ's got a boot in. Now this is where A.J. Rollo is very dangerous. Once he gets a boot in, he rides. See Deuce getting to a knee there. It takes a lot of strength. Deuce Curtis there showing a lot of poise and a lot of strength. Not allowing himself to be ridden and turned right there. Slapping both legs in there, A.J. is. For a second there, he grabbed the back of his leg. You can hear the thud of that mat return. In college wrestling, riding time is a factor. Right now it's at 41 seconds. A.J. Rollo will be looking for a turn. Rollo trying to get a crossbody ride here. And they're out of bounds. We'll reset to the center. That was one referee here tonight, putting a lot of work on him. Going to the edge like this. Refs like to see the action in the center of the mat. Look, we got back points here. 2 swipes. 2 back points. That was a quick turn. You can see A.J. is really putting the pressure on top. Deuce Curtis is not holding back. He's trying to get to a knee. He's on a hip there. He's got one boot in. And he's got a power half on. He's trying to turn. You know, for those watching at home, what Deuce Curtis is doing here, from keep staying off of his back, it takes a tremendous amount of strength. A.J. Rollo has all that leverage, all that length. He's either going for, he's got that far side arm. A.J. Rollo has that far side arm, and there's a lot of things he can do here. It looks like he's just trying to turn him. That'll be the end of the period. Green has choice. A.J. Rollo chooses down. Scores 5-0 with 2 minutes and 16 seconds of riding time. A.J. Rollo 2P's up. He's out. That's a 1-point escape. Back to the hand fight. A lot of space between these two. They don't seem to be tying up. Shows the respect that each other has when the other ties up. A front headlock rare. Rollo is trying to get a go behind. There's the go behind. 3-point takedown. Rollo sticking a boot in. Putting that forearm right on the base of the skull. Releasing him here. Nope. Looked like he was going to hard cut him. Had a slight tilt. Had a swipe, but did not have hold him there long enough to get 2 points. And he's cut him. When a wrestler's cutting someone like this, that means they're trying to go for more points. Right now he's at the major side. He's looking for a tech fall, which is a 15-point advantage over your opponent. And that gives you more points on the team score. The team score goes like this. 3 points for a decision. 4 points for a major, which is a win by 8 points. 26 seconds left, and the whole stadium's telling A.J. Rollo to continue to ride. He was going to hard cut him there. He's got a boot in. Short time. Score 12-1. It'll be Deuce Curtis's choice here. The length of A.J. Rollo really presenting challenges for Deuce Curtis. While he's explosive, A.J. is just so sticky. He's just there everywhere. His hands are on Curtis pretty much this entire match. And right there, he's got an ankle. Grabbed 2 ankles, and he's on the other side. Now this is one of those, Curtis has a quasi crotch lock, trying to grab an arm. He's trying to get the go behind. But again, AJ's so long here that length is posing enormous problems despite Curtis's strength. Can't quite pull him over because he's A.J. Rollo is so long, especially for this weight at 141, which is really doesn't have a lot of length in this weight. Stalemate there, called by the ref, going back to neutral. They're circling. A.J. Rollo came out of his stance a little bit there. We got a stalling call. We got a stalling warning on Deuce Curtis. In a duel like this, you have A.J. Rollo, who was ranked for much of last year, a national qualifier. There's an expectation here. There's an expectation that he does well in this match. And right now, he just got his another takedown. The score is 15-1, 45 seconds left. And this is the part you get the riding time secure. You know, does he look for a turn here? Does he release him? They're not. We got a single point here. We got an escape point. But this is wrestling right here. This is wrestling. They're still wrestling. Deuce Curtis with the escape and a takedown. A.J. Rollo with the reversal. That just shows you the heart of the competitor in Deuce Curtis there, not giving up. 3 seconds left. We had an escape. So the final score will be 18-6. That will be a major decision for A.J. Rollo. Now coming up at 149, You've got, let's see who Coach Shuck sends out, because he's got two wrestlers, both of whom are very qualified to step on the mat against Tommy Curran. You got, looks like it's going to be Zach Cowan. Zach, of course, is a team captain for Bellarmine, and he is kind of the heart and soul of this team. He's one of those guys that if you ask the team of who's your favorite person to hang out with, it's usually Zach Cowan. People love Zach. Now, coming in for Northern Illinois, you've got an absolute aggressive wrestler in Tommy Curran. From Carroll Stream, Illinois, went to DeKalb High School. He's a redshirt junior. It looks like in this match, we've got a little bit more length on the Northern Illinois side. Filling each other out, a little hand fighting. You can see Curran's got a hold of Cowan's wrist. He's not afraid of the, doesn't look like he minds someone having their hand on their head. So a little shot attempt there. And that is 3. Northern Illinois on the board here. Curran with a crossbody ride, trying to get a cradle here. He's got it. He's got back points. Got a count of 3. Score 6-0. See already another situation where length is imposing itself into the match. When Cowan is shooting, the down blocking of Curran, his length is just getting in the way. Curran trying to get a little Russian tie here. Looks like Cowan's trying to snap away from it. But he's got a strong bite on this Russian tie, or 2-on-1, depending on how you like to reference it. They're circling. The action staying pretty much in the middle. Another 3 points here. Curran is wanting to, he's got 30 seconds of riding time and then some here, minute 24. You can hear the coaching staff on Northern Illinois side saying, take your time. They want that to secure that riding point. The ref's already calling out to get in the center. Very impressed with Tommy Curran's position. Like, he's just not really getting out of a stance. Doesn't mind someone touching his head. He's ready. He seems to be ready. Zach Cowan here is trying to get to his offense. He keeps shooting, but it keeps getting blocked here. Got like a front headlock. Snap down. Looks like Curran's got a leg there. He's going to shelf it, trying to bring it in. Cowan's got a wizard. Looks like it might be a pretty good bite to hold off that. He brought it up. He's trying to jump up to break the grip there, and he's still not down. Still no points. Coming up on short time. You can hear both staff screaming about what to do. He's trying to get that leg up, and Cowan's trying to get to the side. He's got a crotch lock here. And now they flattened out. Just not enough time for Cowan, who really did have a good defense there on that single leg. It's Red's choice. Curran chooses down. Righty time at 36 seconds in the second period. Cowan going with that crossbody ride. There's one thing about the Bellarmine wrestlers. They're all very good riders. They like to get the boots in. They like to get turns. They love power halves. You might see a guillotine or assassin every now and then. And with some wrestlers, you might even get a spladle. Cowan's eating into that riding time. Down to 10 seconds. Looks like Cowan's woken up a little bit here. Trying to get to his side. Someone's lengthy like that, and you come straight on, that length will often stop your attacks, and that's what we're seeing here. Cowan's trying to get to the side to find an ankle, to find a leg, to get some kind of offense there off of his underhook series or a snap. And it looks like Cowan that chooses bottom. Going to look for that quick escape point, but Curran trying to get in there. Got a little too high, got real high on that. Cowan got a leg, he's got a leg, he shelved it, he's coming around, and that is a strong takedown right there. Bringing it back inside. This is an interesting. Curran had a whizzer there. He was trying to whizzer kick him, but there was Cowan just had too much pressure there. One point awarded to Curran here. Cowan just said, let's go to neutral. So you can see Cowan's filling it. Just goes straight to the leg, and that's 3 points. This crowd is going wild. It is 12-12 now. He just let him up. He's back to the leg. Curran is just letting him in there. Cowan is trying to finish this single leg here. Curran has got a whizzer. He's just got just enough of a bite on that whizzer. There's only a minute left. We'll stalemate here. Both of these wrestlers looking at their coaches. Yeah, Coach Ludwig pointing toward his heart, saying, "Let's go." Cowan's coming in. He's got a leg. He's got him shelved. He's coming around to the side. That's 3. Cowan now has a lead, 15-13. You got people screaming everywhere. Half the audience wants him to cut him. The other half is like, ride him. Now it doesn't look like Curran. An important match. He's now taking a claw ride here. He's got a half Nelson. Not quite sure what is happening, but it looks like both wrestlers have kind of settled into this match being over with 2 seconds being left. That mat return just absolutely has everyone in the stands on their feet cheering. And that will be a decision for Zach Cowan, 15-13. He was down 7-2 and returns. We'll be back after a quick break. Of course, from Savage, Minnesota, from what seems to be a pipeline for the Huskies at Shakopee High School.
And for your Bellarmine wrestler, 157, Jed Pretzel.
Jed from Jasper, Indiana, a real explosive, powerful wrestler, really known for getting pins. And Tyler, well, he is someone who's got a lot of wrestling IQ, and he is hard to score on. Very strong hips. Saw quite a few of his matches in high school. He was a state runner-up in Minnesota. Whereas, like with Jeb, You never know. You're a headlock throw away from a pin with him. Looks like the two wrestlers are filling each other out. We'll scramble here. Jeb reached back thinking he might be able to get a cradle. Still has that leg. Still has that leg. Ooh, that is some scramble right there. Two wrestlers have each other's legs. You got Jeb just continues to try to pull it up. They're right on the edge. They're right on the edge. Nothing. Continuation of wrestling. That's college wrestling right there. You didn't see that kind of wrestling back in the 80s. Now, if you think you got a single leg, the other guy's got a single leg as well. Back to the center. Jeb Pretzel taking a little step back. Well, heavy on the hand fighting is Trzynski. Jeb's got a kind of a shallow underhook that can be dangerous for Trzynski if he's not careful, because that is where Jeb likes to live. Deep on that single leg, but again, you just cannot count out Jeb. He's always reaching, always grabbing. He's someone that can score from almost any position. And it's very unorthodox. Looks like Jeb's going to be given the benefit of the doubt there on the 3. He had a quasi headlock, and it doesn't like Trzynski had control for a takedown, according to the ref. These two are a nice matchup, different styles. Little to go by to a leg. Now you got Jeb like coming in with the re-attack. Both with heavy hands, trying to get some kind of offense going. Trzynski really likes to hold the wrist there. I wonder if he's going to try to do a little snap with that. They're right on the edge, and the ref has already asked the wrestler several times to get back in the middle. But these two want to stay on the edge. Take a look at this. They are just on each other's legs, both of them. Right on the edge, you got a foot in with Trzynski, and that's going to be out. That's going to be out. Both sides clapping. Well done on that one. Got to say that both of these wrestlers have been on each other's legs. A lot of action here, but we've got 3 points scored just there. They gave him that takedown. Looks like Coach Ned Shuck from Bellarmine was considering a challenge. He grabbed the brick and brought it to his seat, but did not make the challenge. A potential danger situation here. Ooh, that is a tight lock on that leg. As Jeb is trying to fight out of this, Trzynski has got a torque on that knee. Called danger there. The ref calls danger and is bringing him back to center to reset. Now, whenever you see this isn't jiu-jitsu where you get points for nearly breaking a leg. The referees and both teams want to protect the athletes as much as they can. So if you're Jeb here, you're wanting to get out with a few seconds left just to get a point, to get something going. Trzynski still able to ride him out. Ends up with 36 seconds of riding time. 3-0. Looks like Trzynski's going to start down. Pretzel approaches. Gets a leg in, cross-body ride. Very typical of a Bellarmine wrestler here. Getting those hooks in, trying to get a turn. He's eating away at that riding time, that's for sure. Only 15 seconds left remains for Trzynski. And that's going to be a reversal for Trzynski. It is now 5-0 for Trzynski. Minute 26 left in the second period. The dual score right now is 7-0. with Bellarmine majoring at 141, and a decision, a comeback decision at 149. 57 is a weight that is really interesting in college wrestling this year. There's a lot at the top, but there's a lot to be remained when you get into the mid majors. There's probably about 30 wrestlers that can make that final 20 to 33 seeds at the NCAA tournament, and you're potentially looking at 2 of them here. Trzynski's got a really good ride here, just kind of an old-fashioned hold in the elbow area with an arm across. Trzynski must be really strong to be able to hold Jeb down like that. Now, Jeb Pretchell is a big point scorer, so within short time, he's going to be looking for something big, a takedown and straight to the back, 4-point count. But right now, it seems to be that they're going to be going into the third with the score 5-1, unless something happens here with 3 seconds left. Nice attack there by Trzynski coming up into the third. Screen decision. Pretchell is going to take down. In a situation like this, you're looking for an escape, or if your style is the mat wrestling, a reversal. So the referee is still saying that the control is red. Now green has an escape, so now a takedown would tie it, but if Jeb Pretchell was to get a takedown, he needs to do it quickly because Trzynski does have riding time at 123. And if there's a minute left at the end of the period, then you're looking at Trzynski getting that riding time point. Looks like both wrestlers just a little tired here, not seeing as much action as we did before. Of course, there was a flurry of action. Both of them on the legs constantly. Trzynski with the shot there as they went out of bounds. And they called a stall, gave a stall point to Trzynski on that, and that is absolutely huge. So even if Pretchell gets a takedown, he's going to have to get more points out of that if he wants to win this match. Now, interesting on that shot, Trzynski had had Jeb's head right in the base of his bicep. Heavy hips here by Pretchell, trying to get around. He's got him in a good position if he's trying to score, but look at this. Trzynski's pulled his arm out of there. This is actually not unfamiliar territory for Jeb Pretchell. He is used to being in situations like this, and he wins a lot of them. But Trzynski doesn't seem to be giving up a lot of ground. He's just snot-nosed, hard wrestler. Looks to be really strong. He's in on a leg. Trzynski's in on the leg. Heavy hips from Jeb. And it looks like they're just going to, this is going to be where the match ends. Trzynski on the legs, and he gets a riding point. Trzynski gets a riding point, and it'll be a decision of 7-2. And that was a match that had a lot of action in it. Both wrestlers wrestled very hard. So we're going to take a look at some of the action we've had so far. You got there's that 57 match. Boy, they were really in on each other's legs. That was a lot of action there. Now 65 is going to be a very, very interesting match. At 165 for the Bellarmine Knights, you got Noah Hall, one of the few people who's taken down Caliendo from Iowa, and then you've got an Oklahoma State transfer for Northern Illinois and Colin Young. So last year, Colin Young was with Oklahoma State, and now he's with the Northern Illinois Huskies. Now, Noah Hall, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, is actually in the Army National Guard. So he's going straight to it. Came in, put his hands on his head, and Colin Young just grabbed that wrist. But Noah got a bit of a chin strap and a Russian tie all at the same time. And looks like Colin's got a bit of a, trying to get a little overhook there. And this is an interesting way to start a match. If this was jiu-jitsu, you would want to, looks like one of them would be trying to choke the other. If you're new to wrestling, you're not trying to choke each other. You're trying to take each other down and put them on their back. There's a lot of excitement around Noah Hall, the Bellarmine program. Assistant Coach Murphy is really high on him, thinks that he's just a high IQ wrestler with a lot of room to grow, and Coach Ned Shuck thinks that he can be very special. And that's a good example that you can see right there. As you saw Colin Young go in for a shot. Noah Hall just felt him. That was a feel. And he's right there over top. He's got an underhook. He's got an underhook on the left side. He's trying to snap him down. He's trying to get some kind of movement where he can get his hips flat. But Young is able to get out of it. They get back to center. Looks like Colin Young's got a little bit of length on him, but a lot of power from Noah Hall. So when it comes to Noah, there at the duel with Iowa, he took Michael Caliendo, number 2, number 3 wrestler at 165, took him down, and it kind of like opened a lot of eyes in the SoCons and all of wrestling, because you don't take down Caliendo, especially in Carver Hawkeye. And so here he is in his first home duel as a redshirt freshman with an ankle pick there. He's got the leg. He's trying to bring him back inside. That's 3 for Noah Hall. 30 seconds left. They're wrestling on the edge, and Young able to get out to reset. No stalling warning on that one. Young going to the bottom. 29 seconds left. Noah Hall he TPs up and he just grabs the leg, kind of comes in over to the side, trying to put all of his pressure there. Now this is a dangerous ride here because you lose a lot of your weight balance. You get too high, you get yourself in trouble. But it looks like Noah Hall was able to rebound. Colin wants to work from this 2-on-1 position. It seems like he's got a lot of, like he's trying to set something up there. Maybe he's going to use that link, going to whip Noah around and grab an ankle. It's red choices here. Noah Hall approaching. So far, we're not seeing any cautions. He's trying to clip that ankle, ride him. Can't quite tell if he's got he's released. So Colin seems to be his length. He's able to get out to his hips and able to break away from Noah's ride. Now, it just seems like Colin's trying to work from this 2-on-1, but he's not getting any offense off it. So is it going to be a whip? What's he going to do here with it? Whereas Noah seems to be reacting to everything. But this is a fun stylistic match here. Both wrestlers got ties. Young with a slap. Crap has the leg. Nice whizzer in there, a little shin whizzer from. And he just turned into him. He's on his. It looks like he's going to have him on his back. He's getting back points right now. Noah Hall is getting back points on the Oklahoma State transfer, Colin Young, and he is almost flat. He is flat. They got a pin. Noah Hall with the first pin of his career in Knights Hall. How about that for the young soldier? Now what that means for the duel is that's going to be 6 points. Now Colin Young was trying to get a little something going with that 2-on-1, but just didn't get any offense there. Noah Hall was snuffed it out and stuck him. And now we're going to 174. Everybody, this is a very important matchup in all things wrestling because you have two very good, very gritty opponents. You're going to have Tommy Bennett. Now Tommy just beat a top 20 guy in a duel a couple weeks ago with Purdue, and Grant Odell is a captain on this team. He is the champion of this year's Clarion Open. You also got two different styles from high school. You got Tommy being from Illinois and Grant Odell from Iowa. Very quick on the hand fights, both of them slinging those arms. Looks like Tommy's trying to get Tommy Bennett's trying to get like an underhook position. Grant just right in there on the leg, bringing him in. Grant at 3 on that. Now remember, this is folk style wrestling, not freestyle. Grant Odell just releases him here. Getting back to the leg fight, hand fighting. Odell reaches for a leg. Now Bennett off to a leg, but now Odell has a 2-on-1, and Bennett just went right into it. He went right into it, just gave him his back, and now the two are on a flurry on each other's ankles. Again, this is college wrestling today. This is how it goes. Looks like we got 3 here given to Tommy Bennett. Score now 4-3. Bennett had an escape. 4-4. Grant Odell got an escape as well. So they're circling right here in the middle, just trying to find some action, both filling each other out after those 2 flurries, takedowns and escapes. Both of them are built pretty similar. Stocky, strong in the legs, both very strong positionally. Odell in on that leg hard. Bennett trying to scramble out, but this time, no dice. Odell still with that leg, bringing him back to center. The ref's going to like that when it comes to stalling. He's going to see, just trying to bring that leg up, just trying to get that single leg down. Good defense by Bennett. Really good defense by Bennett there. For those who've never had your leg hiked in the air by a D1 college wrestler bouncing out of it, that is hard. A normal human cannot do that. Cannot say that enough. Tommy Bennett showed incredible athleticism right there. But at the same time, if you're Bellarmine, you really want to see those points finished when you've got a leg that high and then in that good a position. They're back to circling, filling each other out. This is a very nice matchup. Bennett on a leg. He's got one hand on it. And he's trying to grab that elbow. There can be a dump here situation for Bennett. Odell with that ankle. Odell was in good position there, was not able to capitalize on it. Bennett had a good bite on that elbow, and that is a dangerous position if you are trying to score on a go behind there. They're back to the hand fighting. Both of these wrestlers have shown that they can get to each other's legs off the hand fighting. We got 5 seconds left. What a 5 seconds of riding time for Green. That would be Bellarmine, but what an exciting first period. That was some good wrestling. Both wrestlers strong on the hand fight, getting to each other's legs, scrambling to get out of position. And I just go back to when Odell had Bennett's leg high up. We got a caution here on Green. Now, you don't want to see that, right? So the caution is, the ref is is telling Odell, like, wait for the whistle. 1 point awarded to Odell. They're both just trying to get inside, trying to get underhooks, trying to get a good collar tie. Bennett there with a strong shot. He has his the leg over his head. He's trying to bend it. What he's wanting to do, he's wanting to go to, well, looks like I thought he was going to go to the opposite side. Look, he's just letting it go. Just let it go. And now you've got Odell trying to get around. Trying to get around there. He's trying to get his own leg, and he ends up giving up a takedown there. That was a scramble there of just who can get to the leg first. So now the score is 7-5. Minute 8 left in the second period. Only 6 seconds of riding time. So what you're seeing here is you're seeing a match of each other just getting an escape right after they're taken down and getting straight to their offense. Bennett looking for a mat return here, unable to get it. Now it's 7-6, 58 seconds left. Bennett with a shot, but the kind of collapse there was heavy hips from Odell. He's in a front headlock position here. He's trying to get around. Both these wrestlers are very, very accomplished, very much seasoned wrestlers, veterans. They know what to look for here. They know to keep it in bounds. I just keep going back to that single leg defense of Bennett. That may end up being the difference maker of this entire match. That was a shot on short time by Bennett. Bennett with near side underhook, tried to get something going, unable to score there on the end. He's going to choose bottom. Now here's the deal. It's 7-6 going into the third period. Anything can happen here. We've seen these two wrestlers, so much action between them. Who's going to get their offense going? Another caution to Green. Odell with another caution. That's his second caution. You do not want a third. So Odell has control here. He's just going to let him go. Riding time is not a factor in this match, but takedowns are. Who can get the next takedown? Can Bennett hold out with a 7-6 lead, or can Odell 8-6 lead, my apologies, or can Odell get to his offense and capture a takedown? Minute 30 seconds left. The hand fighting is tremendous between these two. Just imagine constantly pushing and pushing against the wall. That's what both of these wrestlers feel like to one another. They're both strong, they're both quick, and they both know how to wrestle. Odell with the quick, almost had to go behind there. Bennett took a shot, missed, and Odell almost capitalized on it. Odell with a leg, but could not finish it. He had his hand on the leg, and Bennett just twisted enough where he could escape it. But this match is crucial for Northern Illinois to stay into this duel. It's 13-3 right now. Odell, very important to this Bellarmine program. Starting to use his strength, trying to get a snap, trying to get a takedown. Bennett just not letting him in there. The two are in the center, right where it began. Head forward, Odell in on a shot, right back up. Back, he's got a leg. We got a stalling warning. Got a stalling warning on red. Bennett with a front headlock, putting his hips down. There's only 4 seconds left. What a match. What an absolute match. I go back to it. Bennett's single leg defense is really what is the difference here. But these are two even wrestlers. Bennett has shown that he can win against some of the very best in this country, and he just proved it again by beating the Clarion Open champion. See, look at this scramble. I just keep going. That scramble was fantastic. Now when we get to 184, you've got the heart and soul of Union County, Kentucky, in Gavin Ricketts coming. Now Gavin is a Cleveland State transfer. Cleveland State lost its program, and I'm sure that all of us wrestling fans wish we did not lose Cleveland State. But Gavin Ricketts chose to come to Bellarmine, which is in his home state of Kentucky. He's from Union County. Also a third-place finisher at the Pan Ams in Greco. His opponent is a Presbyterian transfer in Caleb Rowe. Both these wrestlers filling each other out. Ricketts in on a high crotch, trying to keep, got a single leg, trying to finish this high crotch, bringing his leg up. Oh, that is a slam. Goodness gracious, that could not have felt good on the hips. But that's what happens when you get these Greco guys. They're so strong, they can just pick you up and slam you. Gavin Ricketts trying to get a mat return on the edge. Of course, here at Bellarmine, 184 is known for its mat returns. Devin Hendricks last year was kind of known for it being a mat return icon, taking that all the way to the NCAA tournament. And looks like Gavin Ricketts is trying to pick up where his now coach left off. 32 seconds of riding time already. Ricketts trying to get a ride here. Just lets him go. Back on our feet. Now here's the thing, Caleb Rowe's long. Caleb's got a little bit more length than Gavin Ricketts. Caleb also may be trying to set up some offense off of fakes. He looks like he's a wrestler who likes to do a fake shot and then maybe come off to the side for an ankle. But he's got a lot of length. And the thing about wrestling Gavin Ricketts is that his brother is a Fargo champion, North Carolina State commitment, Lucas Ricketts, and I'm pretty sure that all they do when they're together and at home is wrestling and eating spaghetti. All right, so here we are, collar tie on the edge, just under a minute. What a kind of an errant shot there by Caleb Rowe, but he's just trying to get some offense going. Rowe's got an underhook. This is where Gavin Ricketts lives in these positions. He likes underhooks. He likes having underhooks on him. A little go behind, and Ricketts with an, could not finish that. Rowe was in on a shot, and then Ricketts just shucked him and went for his own offense. Ricketts got a firm grip on that head tie. Seems to be commanding a lot of this match just with his head ties. Now, you got to wonder what Rowe's feeling here, because he seems to be changing his approach a little bit on Gavin. Did he see something that he didn't see in the beginning of the match? He was faking shots, and now he's not. He's just going in. He's trying to get inside of Gavin. He's trying to get in. A little underhook there. Now, that's the end of the first period. Seemed to be dominated by Gavin Ricketts, but I feel like Caleb Rowe was feeling out Gavin here. The way he was pressuring him, the way he was feeling his head, and the way he was fake shooting, it looks like he's just getting to know what it's like to put his hands on Gavin Ricketts. And that is what wrestling's all about. Rowe up with a quick, easy out. 42 seconds of riding time. Both these wrestlers seem to really want to get into an underhook position. Rowe is not giving up that underhook. Ricketts wants to get in there and command, get some kind of offense off of an underhook, maybe a knee pick, maybe some kind of throw. But it doesn't look like Rowe wants to give up any of that. Ricketts is a little bit higher than him right now. Looks like Rowe's trying to get a like a throw by, and back to the center. Just some hand fighting. There's a shot by Ricketts. No go. That collar tie by Ricketts is really kind of commanding the match here. That 3-2. It's keeping. It seems to be keeping Rowe from getting to his offense. But really, I still feel like Rowe is he's trying to get to an angle where he can get to an ankle. He's got the length on Ricketts, and that when you're long like that, that's what you're looking for. But Ricketts just in on a shot, didn't get it, but he pops right back up to an underhook, and he's out. Yeah, this is a match that we're probably going to see again at some point in their young careers. You know, you've got redshirt sophomore and freshman here, so there's always a chance that these two are going to wrestle again and I feel like they are just filling each other out. All right, it's 3-2 going into the third period. If you're Bellarmine, you're not very happy with this lead. You want to see a little bit more. You know, you want to have a little bit of comfort. If you are NIU, you like what you're seeing out of Rowe. You've not had a lot of wrestling out of Rowe. He's a transfer from Presbyterian, who is actually a rival of Bellarmine. And let's see what happens here. Rowe just concedes the escape, but no attack right after. Just waiting to get. They're just both waiting to get back each other's stance. Ricketts now commands the match at 4-2, and he's just so pesky. Ricketts is not letting anyone inside. Yeah, in on that leg. He's got to hide, but Rowe's got an underhook there. He's just blocking it off with an underhook. There's not enough. He doesn't have enough edge or grip to be able to throw him. Rowe doing a great job with this underhook from keeping it happening. Ricketts tries to get to a knee to get around, and they end up going out of bounds. That is a fantastic wrestling by both of them right there. Ricketts tried to finish that, but Rowe was just in on that underhook. Rowe also looks like a bit of a sweater. He's just dripping. Once again, another scenario where Ricketts takes a shot and Rowe's in right there with an underhook. 50 seconds left. Rowe is not giving up. He is trying to get a takedown. Both of these wrestlers want this match. It's important for their team. Right now it's 13-16, 13-6 in favor of Bellarmine. A win here for NIU could really change the course. Rowe is trying to get a pick in there, but Ricketts is so stingy inside. He's not giving up an inch, not giving up any ground. He's got these underhooks. He's got this tie. Rowe looks like he's getting back to his fakes. Tries to do a throw by there. There's just so much action coming off of Rowe. Rowe's just taking every possible scenario he can. It's like he's getting the kitchen sink of wrestling and throwing it at Ricketts, and Ricketts has just got an underhook or a tie just right there for him. I got to give it to Caleb Rowe. That was an excellent match for him in transferring from Presbyterian. Gavin Ricketts, stingy with his defense all around. Fantastic match. First win for Gavin Ricketts here at Knights Hall. Congratulations to Gavin Ricketts. We'll be right back. The referee's pointing toward him. That's his timeout because there's now a rule in college wrestling that if your headgear leaves your body, that's a team point. So Lieber going for a 2-on-1 situation. Muberry with what is arguably probably one of the top 5 names in all of wrestling. I mean, Spencer Muberry is quite the name. Takedown, that was exciting there. I'm telling you, these wrestlers are very unorthodox. They're not going to be wrestling from your normal positions. You've got Andrew Lieber, who looks like he's about to be taken down, and just turns him, and he's almost got him on his back. He's got a kind of a cross-bodied situation there. He's scooting his hips around, trying to open up those hips on Muberry. He's trying to grab an arm. Honestly, there's never any telling what Andrew Lieber is going to do and what's on his mind. He is an unorthodox wrestler, and he can turn you from just about any position if he's on top of you. But right now you can see Muberry trying to get his legs, get Lieber's legs out from underneath him. He's just trying to break that leg, trying to keep that out. But Lieber has an arm. He's trying to get it turned. Oh! We have 2 back points. 2 back points scored now, 5-0. This is an absolute must-have match for Northern Illinois. And he's got a swipe, but not 2. You need 2 swipes in order to get 2 points. 1 swipe will not do it. Lieber in with those boots, got the double boots. He's getting those hips down strong. Again, Lieber is an excellent rider, even if from unorthodox positions. Correction, this is not Muberry. I've been so excited about Muberry all night to say his name. This is actually Ian Smith. Ian Smith. Just calling it like I saw it. Ian Smith is the wrestler for Northern Illinois. Boots in for Andrew Lieber on Ian Smith. Ian, a redshirt freshman from Wisconsin, a Northwestern transfer. Ian just trying to get out of this ride. 18 seconds left. Lieber has 2 minutes and 16 seconds and counting of riding time. Lieber's got a nice crossface there. Just trying to get something going there on top. A lot of action there, almost all on top. 2 minutes and 30 seconds for Andrew Lieber. And they choose neutral. The referee is calling for watching the fingers. Do not want to get a broken finger on the mat. Second warning on fingers. I don't know who that warning is going to, but it looks like Ian's got an underhook position. He has the opposite wrist, and looks like he's trying to set him up for some kind of throw or maybe a pick. Went out of bounds. They are going to come back to center here. Now, Ian is a very accomplished wrestler. He took 6 at this Kent State Open last year. And he's trying to get a 2-on-1 working now. What a interesting turn and move there from Lieber. Ian Smith trying to work off a 2-on-1. He gets a leg, goes to the ground. Lieber has an arm. He's got his arm a little trapped there. He's trying to maneuver around. These are places that Andrew Lieber is very comfortable. He does not mind being in this situation. He's got a crotch lock. You got the crotch lock versus the leg. Lieber comes out on top. Lieber's just always moving those hips, always. If he's got a crotch lock on you, you are not safe with your leg, with that leg. You are not automatically getting a takedown. He's got one boot in, but Ian's able to stay to his knees, not quite collapse. If you're Ian Smith, you don't want to get collapsed here. Don't know if Lieber's trying to go for a guillotine, if he's trying to have a armbar turn. You just never know with him in these positions, because sometimes he'll go with the spladle. There is no consistency with what Andrew Lieber will do when he's on top. And he's coming to top here. Scores 8-0 with 2 minutes and 55 seconds of riding time. So once it gets to 1:55, the riding point is secured. You hear the audience calling for stalling on Ian Smith, but everyone, for those who've never wrestled before, stalling is the term that they use for when the wrestler is no longer having any action. As Andrew Lieber is about to turn him, he's about to turn him with his arm. Almost got him, but Ian Smith has the elbow up, presence of mind to stop that turn. He's got a headlock here. Now, he's got two boots in. He's got a headlock on Ian Smith, but Ian is right on top of him. His shoulders are not touching the mat. He's trying to break that grip. It cannot feel good. That looks like it is tight. It does not look like Lieber's not letting that go. We get a call for danger, a reset for danger, potential choke. Green going back to bottom. 58 seconds left on the clock for match 3. Riding point secured for Andrew Lieber. But listen, accomplished wrestler like Ian Smith, he's just a switch and putting someone on the back away from winning this match. Wrestlers are never out. He's got him. He's trying to get a little cross. He's trying to get him turned here. He's just not able to get him turned. Ian Smith is doing a good job of keeping Lieber's leg, holding on to Lieber's leg is keeping him from getting on his back. And now you've got Ian Smith. Ian Smith is working around. He's got him almost in a cradle position. Ian's almost got a cradle position, and he's almost got that. There is still no escape, no points awarded, no reversal, nothing, but Ian Smith was going for it there. Andrew Lieber's holding on for dear life. And that'll do it. That will be a major decision for Andrew Lieber. And apologies to the Northern Illinois fans at home and to Spencer Muberry and Ian Smith for mixing up your names. Now when we look at Andrew Lieber, you're always looking at someone who is absolutely in the match. He is going to be trying to turn you from every position. I mean, if Andrew Lieber could pin you from standing up, he probably would try. But now we've got our only ranked match of this duel. And Northern Illinois has the Devin Dawson. Devin Dawson is ranked on flow at 30 and an intermat on 30. And then for Bellarmine, you've got Dalton Mayer ranked at 32 on flow and 28 on intermat. Of course, this is a battle of the heavyweights. Two really big humans. And in fact, Dawson has Mayer by about 40 pounds. Dalton Mayer took second at the Clarion Open earlier this year, losing to Nick Feldman in a decision. Also lost to Ben Keeter in a decision at the Iowa Duel, and actually rode. He's right on his back. He's got him in like a. You got Dawson trying to reach back, trying to stop this. Going to have. Mayer's trying to get a mat return, but the strength of Dawson is a lot. He is a strong man. He is not just going to his back. That was an unorthodox takedown. You normally don't see that from Dalton Mayer. Usually he's on the legs and out, but he went straight to the back in a mat return type position and took him down, but Dawson almost ended up with the takedown. That's the thing about wrestling. It's pure grit and determination that gets you these points. It's a lot of practice. Mayer getting those double boots in. Those hips are up. He's going to be going for a power half now. This is where Dalton lives. Dalton lives with 2 boots in and a forearm on the neck. He is going to try and turn him from the back of his skull. What he's looking for here, he's trying to get his head down, and the other hand underneath in like a power half, a half Nelson. And these Bellarmine wrestlers, they're all like this. They like to ride. They're sticky. They don't give an inch. If they are on top, they are on you and they are inflicting pain. This does not look like it feels good because it does not. But listen, Devin Dawson is a big, strong human. He is getting to his base here. Not even Ben Keeter from Iowa could do this when they wrestled a couple weeks ago. This is amazing. Dawson must be incredibly strong to TP up here. Now, if you are Mayer, you're looking at maybe getting too high. You don't want to get too high. But at the same time, Dalton Mayer is getting riding time. He's getting riding time here. Now you can see there Dalton with that inside trip. Now he's got a crossface. He's trying to turn him there, but he is big, he is strong. It is hard to turn Devin Dawson. That being said, all this time on top, 2 minutes and 4 seconds and counting, that is going to weigh on you no matter how big and strong you are. It is not easy to get off the mat when you have a 232-pound human putting the base of your skull in the mat. Red has choice, defers it. Ned Shuck, Coach Ned Shuck, and Dalton Mayer discussing what to do. They are choosing top. Now, for those who think that, most wrestlers should start at bottom in the second period, pop up, get that point, and get to a takedown. This is what happens when you are a team that loves to ride. Teams that love to ride want to start on top because they're not thinking about the escape and takedown. They're thinking about flattening their opponent out and putting them on their back. And that's an important differentiation. That's mat wrestling. You can see here, Dalton Mayer just right to a real comfortable on top. You can see the size difference between the two, but Dalton Mayer is not afraid. He's right on the leg. It looks like Dawson's almost about to get out, but then Mayer's just right there on the leg. He's still technically in this ride. He's going to reset it. We got a stall warning. We got a stall point. Dalton Mayer was given a stall point, Dawson was given a stall point, and the ref is wanting to see action. It's either flatten him out and turn him, or let him up and wrestle. That's how the ref looks at it. So now it's 3-2. Again, this is the only ranked match of the night. Both wrestlers are ranked in both the major polls, and it is definitely a match of titans. Both of these are enormous humans who are strong. They're circling around just got to imagine if you feel that strength of Dawson. Dawson's in there on an underhook. He's trying to ride that arm up of Mayer. Mayer's holding position, trying to look for his own offense. He's comfortable in these spots. He's not afraid to take a little risk here and there. You can see he's not allowing Dawson to advance. Dawson's wanting to get up underneath him, maybe get a lock on the other side and do some kind of body work, but Dawson's not able to do that. You can see Mayer is collapsing. He's pushing away the space. He's got the wrist, the left wrist, and he's pushing against his lat. What that's doing is that's keeping Dawson at bay. While at the same time, you can see Mayer's trying to set up his own offense. You can see he's getting down lower and lower. And you just got to ask yourself, is he going to strike? When's he going to strike? Is this going to be a match that's just two big heavyweights right in the middle? 1985 heavyweight match where someone gets in a front headlock and collapses. So Red chooses down. He gets an escape here. And also, Mayer, if he gets called on stalling, that's a point for Dawson as well. So Northern Illinois obviously knows this. Trying to catch that leg. Mayer just lets him go. There's a risk. If you're asking yourself, why did he let him go there? Because there's a risk of stalling in that situation. If he ends up getting a stall point there and then there's an escape by Dawson, then Dawson would be up 4-3. Right now, the sole takedown has been Mayer. Blast double there by Dawson, right there. And now they go back to center. That was a tremendous blast double by Dawson there. Oh, just letting him in. They just lets him have that escape. Neither one of these wrestlers look tired. They both look like they just started the match. Now you wonder, look at that. Look at those heavy hips. Dawson's got those underhooks in there. Mayer's trying to get to a leg. Dawson is absolutely keeping him at bay with his strength and his length, but Dawson is trying to he's sneaky on his offense. He's very sneaky on his offense. He's getting these underhooks. He's like, is he going to work off of them? Whereas Mayer's trying to get to a leg, tried to get to an angle. And that's another double leg there on the 3. Oh, Mayer looks over at his coaching staff. And we've got another 1 point just awarded, an escape. Looks like we're going to have we got a challenge here on whether or not that was a takedown. Now, if you're Coach Ned Shuck, this is an important challenge because this is a match you absolutely want. You're going to have some very stiff competition at 125 and 133. Speaking of 125, Blake West is going for his 100th win as a collegiate wrestler under the Northern Illinois. If you are in this position with all of that weight, now Mayer's not lost that leg. It is only 20 seconds left. It is 6-4. He has got to move. He's got a strange lock on that leg. He's got to move it around. It looks like he's getting collapsed. Dawson is heavy and on top. All that weight on him. He just came right out of the gate trying to score. He's got to get to that leg. There's 1 second left. Dawson's going to win this match in a decision, but you got to give it to Dalton Mayer. Dalton did not give up. He came out of the gate, tried to shoot, and he gave it a good shot. And he was on that leg, but Dawson is so big, so strong. And really what changed that takedown is he weaved his hand into his legs and stopped the momentum of Mayer. There's that takedown from Mayer. Bellarmine Knights are taking on Northern Illinois Huskies in a duel that's really coming down to the wire. You got it's 20-9 right now in favor of Bellarmine, but you're coming up against and IU's two best wrestlers. Blake West, who is currently ranked at flow at 24. No, that's not right. He's ranked 15 on flow and 14 on intermat. Blake West is an absolute program kid. He is made it to the round of 16 last year in the NCAA tournament and came within a point of beating one of the national champions in years past over at Purdue. So here we go. We got Damian Ryan here for Bellarmine, who's a real tough kid out of Ohio, redshirt junior, who is just really coming on of late. He's got a lot of offense. He's real gritty, and he's frankly downright mean. Looks like he's giving up a little length here, but that doesn't mean anything. You can see here he's coming around the side. It looks like this is got a fight here. You got the Wizard versus the Shriek, the seatbelt versus the Wizard. It was so tight. That was a nice exchange right there. Blake West going for his 100th win. And you know what? I mentioned the Purdue match. That was against Matt Ramos. He probably should have had that one last year. That was a 5-4 decision in a duel against Purdue, and he looked amazing against him. One of the things I learned about Blake over the years is that it doesn't matter if this kid is down 9-2, 14-1. He is never out of a match. He is explosive, and he is sticky, and he's got a high wrestling IQ. Also, both these kids are very sharp. Both of them are going to go into medical school or go into the medical profession when they get out of wrestling. Neither one of them scoring here. Damian Ryan had a 5-1 decision against Dean Peterson at Iowa a couple weeks back at the Iowa duel, and there was a real couple close moments where he almost scored. So Damian Ryan's never out of a match either. He's tough. He's gritty. This is a great matchup. You can see the two wrestlers are hand fighting. They have met before. Last year at the Cougar Clash, in which Blake West won in a decision. Now Damian Ryan's real dangerous from here. He likes to sneak people into this and go for like a dump. He can score from this position. Blake Weston on the leg. Damian's got a whizzer. He's got a strong whizzer, and Blake is having a hard time popping up. That knee's in there good. He comes around on the roll, not able to capture a leg. That's 3 for Blake West. Now, this is an important match because it sets up the duel on the line for 133. If there is bonus scored in this match, that leaves the door open for Northern Illinois to win it. But it has to be at least a tech fall. So what I mean by that, the score right now is 20-9. If this is just a decision, Bellarmine will have won the duel. They will have secured the duel. But if it's a tech fall, then that becomes the score becomes 20-14. And at 133, if 133 were to get a pin, that would give the duel a tie, and that would go to tiebreakers, in which case I'd have to pull out the rule book to see what tonight's tiebreaker is. It looks like duel, almost got dual boots in. Oh, Blake West coming around on the ride. Damian is flat. Damian is trying to get to his knees. This is a hard position. A lot of people don't understand how hard it is to get up when another human's on you with their elbow at the base of your skull. It is not easy. You got to get to your legs here, though. You want to get to your legs. You got to get to your base if you're Damian Ryan. There he is. That's what he's looking for. Blake West almost went for a claw ride. Instead, went for a half Nelson. Damian backs it down. Blake is trying to go for a power half, but there's no movement from Damian down there. His base is strong. He is not given an inch. He is not going to let himself go to his back. There's a stall warning here, though, on green. That overhook there from Blake West saved him from getting reversed on. And that was just a tight hold on his hip, able to turn him. Not something that you see every day, but it goes back to wrestler IQ. And Blake West knew he was on the edge, and he used that to his advantage. Caution warning on green. Damian Ryan with a caution. By the way, shout out to Gavin Ricketts' mom, who turned 50 today. Happy birthday, Mama Ricketts. Now coming back to 125. Looks like Damian's trying to get his hips where he can just pop up on top of him. There's a lot of movement here. He's trying to turn to where he gets enough space where he can pop around. And Damian's dangerous here. If he's able to get the right amount of space and turn his chest in, he could actually get back points and possibly a pin. Blake Westo is riding him hard here. Basically, we got 2 minutes and 33 seconds of riding time going into the third. Blake West will go down as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time for Northern Illinois. A lot of people have him on the short list of people who go on the podium. Oh, Damian Ryan trying to get a mat return here. Point scored for Blake West. If you are Bellarmine here, you want to keep this to a decision. If you're Northern Illinois, you are wanting to see some bonus points. And both wrestlers need to get to it. But the thing about Blake West is he is someone who spurts a lot late. And you're starting to see it. It's kind of like, you know, he's like someone that's got to get punched in the face to get going. But Damian Ryan in on a leg, and it's just gone just like that. And Blake West is right there on the counter. Damian keeping those elbows inside, not giving an inch on the elbows. He's got a wing there. Blake is trying to collapse that elbow. Can't bring it up too much higher. You'll get a danger call here. Damian knows this. He's trying to turn away from it. Does not want to let that arm get pulled all the way up to where he can. And now we got a stall. We have a stall point given. And we are in major decision territory now at 8-0. We'll be 9-0 after riding time. But that will be enough, minus team points, to secure Bellarmine the duel. It is still very close. The match is not over. 19 seconds left. If you're Northern Illinois, they want a tech fall here. If you are Bellarmine, you want to keep this duel at minimum, or you want to keep this match at a minimum to a major decision. The duel hangs in the balance here. And there is a caution on green, the second caution. The second time we've seen a Bellarmine wrestler go to 2 cautions. Was that 3? Might have been 3. He just got, was that 3 or 2? Yeah, apparently it was 3. That was a third caution. That is a point to red. Red opts to release. Northern Illinois really wants some bonus points here. The higher side of bonus points. He's got a whip. He's got it. He's got a ride on him, but he needs more. If Blake West wants to win this for his team, nothing doing. It stays a major decision. It's going to be 10-0. We've got 10-0 major decision for Blake West, and that is Blake West's 100th win in college wrestling. Congratulations to Blake West, a fantastic wrestler out of Northern Illinois. But here's the deal. And now we come to 133. The duel is securely minus minus a team point, and there are team points that can be lost in a duel, but minus Bellarmine giving up a team point like throwing a headgear or a coach coming out on the mat. It is the Bellarmine Knights have secured this duel. The most points that the 133-pounder, who, by the way, is exceptional, Markel Baker, a transfer from George Mason, ranked 24th on flow and 22nd on Intermat. The most points he can score here for the team is 6 with a pin. Of course, the wrestler for Bellarmine is Trace Ekman. Trace Ekman is another Union County High School graduate out of Kentucky, 2-time state champion for Kentucky, and he's someone who's very explosive. This is a really good test for him. Markel Baker, man, he's been having a great year. He's so quick, he's so explosive, and I talked to his past coach, Frank Beasley, at George Mason about him and just said he's got a great heart, wonderful wrestler. Same was said by his coach here, Ryan Ludwig, at Northern Illinois, and he's had back-to-back MAC Wrestler of the Week. He had a win over Blake Borman, who was number 21 at Purdue. He's got a real nasty wrist snap and is super explosive. Trace Ekman, on the other hand, just a real good, balanced wrestler, one of the greatest Kentucky wrestlers of all time. And he's in on a leg. Trace Ekman is in on a leg on Markel Baker. He is in on a leg, but Baker is really trying to pull up those ankles, express those hips, but Ekman is still on that leg. It's either going to be a stalemate or something's going to happen here. And it is called a stalemate. But if you're Bellarmine, you love seeing Ekman on a leg like that. On a wrestler this explosive. You've got to love that if you're Bellarmine. And look at the defense. He was able to pull his leg back. But here's the thing. He's back in. Ekman with an underhook to be able to get rid of that arm on the leg. And you've got the hand tying going back and forth. Both of these wrestlers just, absolute stellar wrestlers, wrestling for teams in the college teams in their home state. Ekman tried to get a blast double, re-attack there. There's a strong whizzer from Ekman, but he's in a little shallow. Gonna get a danger call here. That leg is getting bent. Ooh, nope, there's no danger call. No danger call. That whizzer is in there tight. Ekman is not giving an inch. He is not giving an inch. He is fighting for his life here. Look at that. Now he's in the single leg defense. He's doing everything you're supposed to do, just bouncing back. No takedown. That was continuation. Look at that single leg defense. That right there is the heart of a champion. That's the heart of a Kentucky State champion. Did not want to give that up. Both these wrestlers just really came to bring it. Of course, they're the final one of the night. Even though Northern Illinois may not win this duel, there's a lot on the line for Markel Baker. He wants to show the nation that he deserves to be in the top 25. Heck, he wants to be in the top 15. He wants people talking about him being on the podium at 133. 133 is a weight that's absolutely wide open this year in college wrestling. Why not Markel Baker? Why not Trace Ekman? This is the kind of match that proves one way or another. Ekman approaches. Look, we got a caution on green. Another Bellarmine caution. Another Bellarmine caution here. It starts with the ride. Oh, a little mat return there. A little mat return attempt there. What you're looking for here from both wrestlers, you're looking for the escape for Markel. Okay, someone shouted 3. That is not 3. We're looking for an escape here for Markel. He's trying to get out. So what you saw there was Trace Ekman maintain control from the top position, and even though it looked like a takedown, it is not a takedown because they were not in neutral. Oh, that was an incredible Granby roll there from Markel, and just Trace Ekman just right there on top, almost finishing it. And now Markel Baker's got a whizzer. He's got a whizzer. Ekman's got an arm or leg. This is, and finally a point given to Markel. Continuation there. You're looking at a point there, but Trace Ekman got 49 seconds riding time, and he got to feel what it was like. He's gotten the entire match, see what it feels like to be with Markel Baker. I think Trace Ekman's got a good feel for Baker right now. And they're circling. By the way, both wrestlers wearing red shoes. Don't see that every day. Ekman's got a little bit of tint of gold. And Baker's got the white Adidas. The red and white Adidas. All right, so it looks like both of them are trying to get their offense going here. Just a little bit of under 30 seconds, a little around 30 seconds going. They're trying to stay in center. Both these guys are wrestling hard, looking for offense, trying to get something going. And you've got Trace is just burying his head inside. And I've not seen that a lot out of Trace Ekman before. There must be something he saw, but the way he's using his head, I think, is preventing some of Markel Baker's offense. He's prying his head right in there. Take a look. See, he's getting his head real deep in there, and he's basically using his head to stop a lot of Markel Baker's shot positions. Now, Trace Ekman's going to go down. You got 1-0. All right, no caution here. That's nice to see. Baker eating away at that riding time. Ekman trying to get out. You know, when you see someone get a mat return like that and your opponent goes into a kind of a soft roll, that kind of takes the joy out of hearing the thump from the mat return. Believe it or not, what Ekman did there probably was not enjoyed by Baker. And looks like Baker's trying to get some kind of we got a locked hands call. We have a locked hands call. Baker just locked hands out of nowhere. 1 point awarded to Ekman, and you just don't see that every day. You just do not see a locked hands call in college wrestling that often, especially in a situation like that. There's discussion. Okay, there was a discussion from Coach Ned Shuck, came up and approached the referee in a nice, casual way, not aggressive, and had to do with the riding time to get it back to 3 seconds. And that can actually have an impact on the win. You've got 1:09 left in the match, and right now, Ekman is out. The score is 2-1 Ekman, but Baker's in on a shot deep. Ekman's got that whizzer, just relentless on that whizzer. He's got to be so strong from that position. It looks like he should be taken down here, and he's just fighting it there on the edge. This is incredible wrestling. He is just, now he broke, Baker had him dead to rights with the leg. Ekman got to the edge, and with the whizzer just collapsed Baker. He's got to be strong from that position. And now it's a hand fight. It's a strong hand fight. Ekman's on a leg. He's got a takedown. This crowd is going wild. He's got a takedown. Is Ekman about to get his first ranked win? Is he about to get a first ranked win as a Bellarmine Knight? There he is again with the whizzer. He's got that whizzer. It is 5-1, 11 seconds left. Trace Ekman is looking for his first win against a ranked opponent right here at Knights. He's got 10 seconds. Baker is not giving up. He keeps shooting. He's in on a leg. Heavy hips. He's got heavy hips. There's 2 seconds left. They're still wrestling. That is it. Trace, keep your headgear on, Trace. Do not want to throw your headgear there. Trace Ekman with the first win against a ranked opponent. That is going to bring the final score to 23-13. That is a huge win for Trace Ekman in his young career, and another momentous win for Union County, Kentucky, who is now ranked 10th in the entire United States in all of high school. So, what a duel. If I go back to this duel and I want to go back and I want to watch it and listen to it myself, but I got to give it all, my hats off to the Bellarmine Knights and